Ever notice that do you ever just take a second and realize that there's a social engineering experiment going on, and it's it's hard to break out of the paradigm that you're currently in, because most people are swayed one way or the other. They think there's two, three, maybe four choices of thinking, um, especially putting you into classifications of people, and it's social engineering. And we could take politics, for example. There's the left, there's the right, there's the alternative media. And ever notice that the even the alternative media, so called, for most of it really, is also a tool of social engineering. So here we have a situation where you are being controlled and you don't know it. You don't know it. And then there's stuff beyond that. There are, I mean, I'm not talking about the fringe group, but I'm talking about the other stuff that actually exposes all three groups for what they are, and then they get bombarded and cast aside by all three groups. You see, a lot of the mainstream or the alternative media outlets, a lot of the popular ones, are just another wing and another arm of the mainstream. They have to give you just enough to be considered socially relevant. Say, hey, I'm on your side, blah, 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 ha, 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 ha. And then they do the same exact thing. Same exact thing. So we're being put into these groups, these factions that have to give the image of a variety of people in society. When in reality, most of us are not original. We're not. Most of the thoughts we have, the ideals we have, stem from other places, and there's that lack of variety. And it's either one side or the other or the other. There's very few people that say, well, here's okay, that's totally bad, da 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 da. And then there you go, Bob's your uncle. And then when you come up with, when you start pressing upon the truth, the stuff they really don't want you to know about, you start being ostracized. And you start thinking, well, hey, these people, they're supposed to be on my side. Why are they um, horsewhipping me? Well, because you threaten their bread and butter. 100% you threaten their bread and butter. It's a dangerous narrative. They cannot make as much money. Um, and if they were to go along with what you're saying and look into it, and 9 times out of 10 they really do know the truth, but if they were to look into it publicly, they would lose all their sponsorships or a good deal of them. So I want you to be very careful about what you consume, who you consume, where you get your information from, how you're processing it. Because truth be told, um, just another side. We could say another side of the coin, but I guess we could say another side to the die, as in dice, you know. So really, it's a game to them, but you're the currency, you're the pawn on the chessboard. You have no other significance other than um, making sure that the king is protected, or that the pocketbooks are lined. So I just want you to understand that construct, and it works with so many different things. Unfortunately, um, and unfortunately, it's human nature to command, conquer, and control. And it's, in my opinion, in times of peace, it's much worse because you have to be controlled, to be manipulated into doing something you probably wouldn't even do. But because the person wears the right colors, is part of the right team, and says the right mantras, you go along with it. Because compared to anything the other sides are spouting out, it, it's amazing. It's gospel truth to you, and that's how social engineering works. And you look at people today, everybody's a carbon copy of something else, or what they see on TV, or on videos and whatever. So we could sit here and say, how do we get to this point? I think deep down we know how we got to this point. We just got complacent. We just got complacent with someone slowly and subtly moving the needle, where um, 10, 20 years ago, or even 5 years ago, or even 2 years ago, um, it would be such a radical change to you. But it's not, because of the subtlety. So, anyways, I just want you to think about what's going on, and to not give way to the overall system. And you say, each thing coming out, you say, is this a good thing for me? Is this a good alternative? Is it truly an alternative? Is it a trap? Is it another ways and means of control? But you know what they'll never tell you to do? They'll never tell you to go camping. They'll never tell you to paint a picture. They'll want you to look at them when they say, oh, here's this wonderful picture someone made. Here's this thing a street artist made. But no, they'll never want you to express what you want to express. They'll never want you to truly be yourselves, truly be an individual. Just look at that. Look at where they're at. And the people they recruit that so-called do those sorts of things, or they do those sort of things, say the right things, do exactly what they want them to do, because they know they can make money off of it, and they kind of give way to that sort of community, that sort of thing. That's partially a marketing strategy. It's not exactly a bad thing to an extent, but think about where they could drag a whole demographic in, and then that whole demographic gets socially engineered just like everybody else. There is no escape, and that's what they want you to know. But there is an escape if you allow yourself to escape. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. God bless you all. Bye bye.